Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. In this video, we're going to look at further proof of collegiate sports rigging by the numbers. The example this time will be this past Saturday, September 3rd, 2016, the opening football game for both the BYU Cougars and the Arizona Wildcats. In this video, we're going to talk about the parallels for BYU to their opening game win this year and their opening game win last year, which was on the road against Nebraska. Both wins came in the closing seconds and were both connected to the number 33 in a big way. 33 is a number of significance in Freemasonry. Joseph Smith, who created the Mormon Church, which BYU is a Mormon school, was a 33rd degree Master Mason. We're going to talk about the Masonic Lodge he built in Illinois in 1842, the significance of that 2 years before his death. We're also going to talk about the significance of Brigham Young, who died 33 years after Joseph Smith and was also a 33rd degree Master Mason. At the end of this video, I also have a tribute to a subscriber. If you are a single male looking for a beautiful, truth-seeking woman, please stay tuned until the end. So let's begin by reading the reporting from this past Saturday's game, the first game of the college football season for both teams. Here's the reporting. Glendale, Arizona, where the game was played. It was far from a classic. It was billed to be. But Kalani Sitake's first game coaching the BYU football team will be remembered 10 years from now for one thing. Remember that they said 10 years. We'll talk about that. It will be remembered for a victory. Oh, and Jake Oldroyd's game-winning 33-yard field goal with 4 seconds remaining. The story is that this kicker is just some walk-on who made the team. I'm going to tell you more about this kicker and just how special this kick was for him specifically. Overcoming plenty of opening day sloppiness, the Cougars got the 18-16 win over Arizona after driving 53 yards into field goal range in front of the 50,528 fans in the Cactus Kickoff Classic at University of Phoenix Stadium on Saturday night. That number 53 is the number of religion. Religion equals 53. In the Catholic Church, there's 53 rosary beads. If you're Mormon and you're here watching this video, my goal is not to mock you or insult you. My goal is the same thing for everyone, to spread knowledge so people can see what's really going on in this world and who is running it with deceit from the shadows. The article, the sentence says, Oldroyd, the guy who made the 33-yard kick, is a walk-on who joined the team this summer after a tryout. Well, we'll talk more about that. So this 33-yard kick, it came in Glendale, Arizona, where the Phoenix Cardinals play the NFL team. The stadium's on the 33rd parallel. Glendale in Gematria sums to 33. Again, Joseph Smith, a 33 third-degree Master Mason, just like Brigham Young. 33, a very important number all throughout history to this nation because this nation was built by Freemasons. Mormonism, a religion that was born here in New York. We'll talk more about New York and Arizona, as well as Oldroyd. Out of the 50 states, only 3 sum to 33. The first, Delaware, the last, Hawaii, and the 6th, Massachusetts. So last year, BYU also won on the road to start the season. This year, it was in Arizona on the road, not as far away. Last year, Nebraska. It was a Hail Mary, meaning a last-second touchdown pass that won the game, bringing the score to 33 points for BYU. 33 both years, no coincidence. The name Joseph Smith in Gematria sums to 52, like Cornhuskers, who they defeated, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Also like prophecy. And prophecy is an important concept within Freemasonry. The Freemasons in high places, they have built this world around the numbers from the book of prophecy that closes out the Bible, Revelation. The original capital of this nation, Philadelphia, takes its name from Revelation in the Bible. Last year's game was on a date with 49 numerology, 49. Revelation equals 49 in Gematria. This is the game with the Hail Mary. BYU, Hail Mary stuns Nebraska. Game was on September 5th. Notice it was a 42-yard Hail Mary, Truth Seeker. Tanner Mangum's 42-yard Hail Mary with no time left. This is last year. This year it was a 33-yard field goal. Last year it was a 42-yard Hail Mary with no time left. What does Hail Mary equal in Gematria? 42, just like touchdown. Also, just like Freemason, the Freemasons pride themselves on being the invisible architects of society. Architect equals 42. They're builders. Building equals 42. They pride themselves on being the keepers of knowledge. The word knowledge in Gematria sums to 42. In the New Testament of the Bible, which the Christian faith goes by, the New Testament, which in Gematria equals 42, begins with the 42 generations leading up to Jesus. The New Testament's of 27 books. The first is Matthew. Matthew equals 27 in Gematria. The Bible, the Mormon Bible, these texts, as we know them, all have the Freemason fingerprints all over them. We live in a world where the Freemasons have gotten their hands on pretty much all of recorded history, and we are living in the world the way they've told it to us. From spirituality to science to history. It's not a joke in our history books when it says the victors write the history books. The word history equals 42, just like knowledge. There's a reason history repeats itself. There's a reason for phrases like your number is up. Numbers are very important to these people who measure. And by the way, the word math equals 42. Let's take a look at Mormonism and Freemasonry. Joseph Smith, again a 33rd degree Master Mason, in March of 1842, he helped build the Freemason Lodge in Nauvoo, Illinois. This is the Freemason symbol. Sometimes you see this on people's license plate, bumper sticker. There are Freemasons out there who are on a civic level, and they are not responsible for any of this. Freemasonry is thousands of years old. People in high places are involved. The people in high places are executing corruption by Masonic knowledge, essentially. This is what's going on in the world. Show you this. With regards to 33, the number of Freemason importance, in numerology, 33 is the master teacher number. Teacher equals 33 in Gematria. All of these words are 42 for Freemason. Freemason, architect, building, knowledge, math. Notice the word mathematics is 112. 1 plus 1 is 2, the beginning point for math. Big G in Gematria. G is the seventh letter. There's a form of Gematria where you multiply every letter times 6. Big G is 42. That is the letter inside of the Freemason compass and square. There's also a form of Gematria where A through Z, lowercase, is worth 1 through 26, and uppercase A through uppercase Z is 27 through 52. Big G is 33 in that method. 33, the number of Freemason obsession. 42, the number connected to them through Gematria. The BYU team are also called the Cougars. Notice that Cougars in Arizona have the same Gematria, corresponding with United States of America. Only 2 states sum to 84. The other's Arkansas. But Cougars getting their big opening season win in Arizona. Big tribute to Joseph Smith, who created the very Masonic Mormon religion that was born in the U.S. For a little more 33, go Cougs. That chant has Gematria of 33. A lot of college schools are named the Cougars, so there's a lot of go Cougs out there. But don't forget, Freemasonry. The founders of this nation, Freemasons, they have created everything we know around us, including our education system. It's why so many of these schools, when you do the Gematria of their names, all sorts of magical things are revealed. Masonic numbers. A lot of schools have names that equate to the date that the school was established on the calendar year. For example, a school might sum to 212, be established on the 212th day of the year. A lot of stuff like this in public universities. You learn this Gematria, you apply it, you'll probably blow your socks off. So earlier in the article, it was talking about how 10 years from now, they're going to remember this 33-yard field goal and that the coach in his first game as BYU's new head football coach got a win. The reason they brought up 10 is because of this. 10 in gematria sums to 39. Special number. The number of books in the Old Testament that the Jewish faith goes by is 39. Revelation, the book of prophecy, is based on the 39 books of the Old Testament. There's only 2 states that have gematria of 39. They're New York, where Mormonism was established by Joseph Smith, and then Arizona. After September 11th, the World Series was New York and Arizona. The date of this game was September 3rd, a date that can be written 3/9, a lot like 39. This kicker that's supposedly a walk-on, Oldroyd, got the game-winning kick. And I can tell you, this kid was born and bred to be. His entire life, he was raised for this moment. And 10 in the Old Testament of 39 books, in Exodus and Deuteronomy, there are the 10 Commandments, the story of the 10 Commandments. When you write out 10, it sums to 39. The story of the 10 Commandments comes from the 39 books in the Old Testament. James Madison, the 4th president of this nation, he proposed the Bill of Rights. He proposed it on a date with 39 numerology, and he made 39 proposals, plus the name Madison in gematria sums to 39. Those 39 proposals became the 10 Bill of Rights. Our entire nation has been done by the numbers, following this prophecy code, Philadelphia to present. You might remember last year on the Hoover Dam, there was a 39,000 square foot projection of a goat. A lot of goat sacrifice, Jewish faith. So check this out. The name of the new head coach is Kalani Sitake, which in gematria sums to 113, like mainstream, like dishonest. In the Jewish faith, Bava Kama 113a says it's okay for somebody who's Jewish to lie to somebody who's not. What the Jewish people have done over time, not all of them, but the evil ones who run world banking, world government, world religion, what they've done over time is they've created all these religions and sects within religion to divide people, to conquer them. From the Catholic Church, the CC, the 33, to the Mormon Church. It's no coincidence that the head coach has this number coded on his name. He is an agent, and I don't even know what this coach looks like, but I imagine he's an Islander, and I've been asking for more than a decade why so many Islanders are becoming Mormon, and why are Mormons even recruiting Islanders? It says in their holy book that the closer you are to God, the whiter your skin is. If I'm an Islander, I'm certainly not joining that religion. Plus the whole magical underwear thing and the rest of it. The whole planets thing. This year on the 4th of July, the whole Jupiter thing. Hopefully you can see what I'm saying. So anyhow, his first name, Kalani, has gematria 48. So does the name of the stadium that they play in at BYU, the name Lavelle Edwards. I think that's what it is. It also sums to 48 like this coach. The date of the win was also a date with 48 numerology. No coincidence. So here's Joseph Smith, the Master Mason. He was murdered June 27th. What's 6 plus 27? Yes, 33. He was killed in the year 44. Kill equals 44. Shooting equals 44. He was murdered by a mob that got him while he was in jail in Illinois. Then 33 years later, Brigham Young dropped dead. People thought his appendix burst. I bet you anything he was poisoned with arsenic, the 33rd element on the periodic table. Arsenic in Pythagorean gematria sums to 33. Arsenic been used all throughout history to poison and kill people. Brigham Young, 33rd degree Master Mason, leader of the church, dead 33 years after Joseph Smith. The name Smith in gematria also sums to 33, not by coincidence. So Oldroyd, old 39 on 3/9 in Arizona, hit the 33-yard game winner in tribute to Joseph Smith. He plays for the Cougars. Cougars in Pythagorean gematria also sums to 39. I want to make a point real quick before it escapes my mind. The 10 Commandments, which are connected to 39, come from Exodus, the second book of the Bible. And there's a link between Exodus and the Mormons. Exodus has gematria of 88, and Mormon equals 88. I don't think this is any coincidence either. No, it's another multiple of 11. These people like their 11s. They're numerologists. The multiples of 11, the most significant, signifies power in magnifying the numbers. In numerology, a single 8 has qualities that it represents. When you put 2 8s next to each other, you magnify the power of 8. When you put 3 8s next to each other, you triple the power. So anyway, Exodus, Mormon, 88, 39. Born and bred to be. You know, this is what I continue to say. The reason there's so many sellouts, so many people selling us out, is because they're born into these families, they're connected, they're raised for these moments. This kid's name, Jake Oldroyd, also has gematria 48, like the name of the first coach, like the numerology of the date, like the name of their home stadium. Also like Mormonism. Illuminati equals 48, evil equals 48. Words such as poison and program equal 88. Mormon 88. The closer you are to God, the wider you are. That's some real divisive programming right there. That's some real poisoning for the culture. You know? Let me say, in my life, I've met very nice Mormon people. I know that nice Mormon people exist. But really, what we need to do as humanity is get over our religions and just be nice to everyone and treat everyone with the golden rule and stop dividing over what we believe, you know? BYU's uniforms, they're wearing the Nike logo. Nike's headquartered in the 33rd state, Oregon. Nike's symbol, the swoosh, is a ring of Saturn. Nike equals 39, Saturn 93, the reflection of 39. Saturn is the keeper of time. They tell us that the sun in this world is 93 million miles away. The sun's the real keeper of time. Saturn equals 93. The son of God, the word crucifix equals 93. Do you think that's a coincidence? Just who is Oldroyd? Well, you don't need to take the media's word for it. Take my word for it. Born and bred to be, made for that moment. That's who Jake Oldroyd is. And he's letting you know. At Jake Oldroyd 39. I mean, that's even the number he wears on his back. You know what I mean? His name equals 39. He's wearing 39 on his back. You know, I've been doing this for 3 years, and still the majority of people who come here think it's all a coincidence. I'm telling you, you want to get rich? You can take my idea. Take that phrase, coincidence theorist, plaster it right on a t-shirt. You're going to sell millions because everybody in this nation is a coincidence theorist. The date this kid committed to BYU was February 20th, 2016, a date with 58 numerology, just like Freemasonry, just like secret society. United States has gematria of 58. It's the reason NASA was established in 58. Almost every astronaut to travel to space has been a Freemason, they say. So, you know, keeping my word, I'm not just going to pick on the Mormons. Yesterday, I put out a video before the Notre Dame Texas Longhorns game about how it was a tribute to the sainting of Mother Teresa, who's now Saint Teresa. Please see that video. I'll link it in the description if you haven't seen it. I'll put together a little college football playlist from all the rigging I've exposed this weekend. Anyhow, just so you don't feel alone, the Mormon Church was created as controlled opposition within Christianity. So was the Catholic Church once upon a time. We are in the Jewish year, almost 5,777. The Jewish people, the tyrants, the evil ones within, they are who have created Freemasonry and so many things in this world. They built this world around us. They built our language. They built our calendar system, our education, our history books. Check this out. I'll give you a little history lesson here. This isn't last night's game. This is when these two teams played a year ago, and I want to show you what's so funny about this box score, and then I'll tell you what's also funny about last night's score. Notice that Notre Dame won 38-3. 38-3. Notre Dame in gematria sums to 41, the 13th prime number. USA equals 41. Within the Catholic Church, there's the Jesuit order. Jesuit equals 84. United States of America, 84. Anyhow, Notre Dame equals 41. St. Teresa equals 41. This game was played the same day as she was made St. Teresa. Their game was against the Texas Longhorns. And think about the symbolism of Longhorns. They say the devils within the Catholic Church. The Jesuit order in the Catholic Church is known as the Society of Jesus. That's the full name for the Jesuit order. The same as Texas Longhorns. The Catholic school Notre Dame yesterday was playing the Texas Longhorns. On the same day, the Catholic Church made Teresa a saint. So anyway, a year before yesterday's game, Notre Dame blew out the Texas Longhorns 38-3. And that's a sum of 41 points, just like how Notre Dame equals 41. What's even better in terms of just how scripted these games are is, get this. Let me blow this up so you can read this more clearly. Look at this. The quarterback passed for 313 yards in his first home start, and the number 11 Notre Dame held Texas to 163 total yards of offense in a 38-3 win Saturday night. The number 163 for the total yards they had, which is emphasized, is the 38th prime number. And Notre Dame won with 38 points. And I've been showing this many times. These games are scripted to the box score, to the overall score, syncing up with the date, and more. 38 is another special number. Jew equals 38. Masonic 38. It's another number that belongs to the game. And again, this is who has created all of these controlled opposition within religion. And these 313 yards, I don't think they're any coincidence either. Here's what you need to know about that. If you search in the web search, Zapruder film slide 313, that's the film of JFK getting murdered that was made by a 33rd degree Mason. JFK was killed in the middle of Dealey Plaza, named after a 33rd degree Mason on 11/22, 11 plus 22, 33. The name Kennedy equals 33, so does Massachusetts, where they're from. Anyhow, slide 313 is Kennedy's head coming apart. The name John F. Kennedy, what he went by, equals 131. Put 313 with 131, you get 444, like Masonic for Freemason. JFK was the only Catholic president. Catholic equals 35. He was the 35th president. The Catholics have the rosary. You're supposed to do 53 Hail Marys. Religion's 53. Rosary 33. Catholic Church CC. Can I get an Amen 33? There was the 33-day Pope in the history of the Catholic Church. He was murdered on a date with 44 numerology, the kill number, just like the year Joseph Smith died in. 33 days, dead on a date with 44 numerology. This is how you can see that it is the Freemasons who are the real power structure. And what they've done all through history is give us faces to attribute things to, such as saying the Mormon Church is credited to Joseph Smith and Brigham Young. It's really just credited to Freemasonry. And you know what? If you're someone who has Mormons come to your door a lot and you don't appreciate it, I'll tell you how you can get rid of them forever. You can share with them this gematria knowledge. I used to have Freemasons come to my... Freemasons. Well, in a way, sort of. I used to have young missionaries from the Mormon Church come to my house all the time. I mean, they came a lot. Where I live now, I've never had them come more. There's a Mormon church not too far from here. That might be why. But anyhow, the day I told them about this, which was about 2 years ago now, they have never come since. There was an older man with 2 younger men when they came. They've never come back. I could tell that older man was disgruntled. I bet you anything he was a Freemason. But this is what they're doing. They want to be the keepers of knowledge, the invisible architects, the deceivers, duping people with rig sports. So let me close with something beautiful. We're always talking about this ugly rigging and deception. Let me close with something nice. And this message is for all of the people who feel lonely, single, like there's no one out there for them. The reason this video got made is because of a young, beautiful woman, inside and out, who sent me an email letting me know that this game ended with a 33-yard field goal. And since November of last year, this woman has sent me a number of emails. Last November, she found my work following football. She saw what I was teaching. She was kind of skeptical. She applied it, and she found some remarkable connections, just like I once did when I began. And she thought it was beyond coincidence, so she began to apply it. She's made a lot of progress in her research and her understanding. This young, beautiful woman also happens to live in Las Vegas, so she's close to where she can gamble. And she's used this knowledge to make some money. The thing about this young, beautiful woman is she's single. And the reason she's single is because she can't meet a man that will take her seriously, because she's in the same boat a lot of us are in. She's a truth seeker. She has, intellect. She sees things are wrong in this world. She'll call a conspiracy when she sees one. And for that, she's been labeled kooky by her friends, by her family, by exes, by men she tries to date. It's just driven her mad. And what's beautiful about this is, this can change. She's young, single, intelligent. She should be enjoying her time with a man who's just like her. And the thing is there's other women like her. There's men like myself that watch this channel. We all feel so isolated because for the most part, the people around us aren't like us. But there are people in this world like us. And what I'm trying to do is figure out a way to create a real community so that truth seekers can be together, so they can find each other, so they can make, those romantic relationships that they want. This young, beautiful woman deserves to be with a man. And, if I wasn't in a relationship, if I didn't have someone I love, I would have already traveled to meet this woman. She's beautiful, she's smart, she's funny. She is really funny. Because she helps me out so much and because she's nice, she's one of the few people I gave my phone number. She sends me all this funny sports stuff. So anyway, the point is, there's just people out there. They need to find people like them. They can. And if you're out there and you're timid and you're scared to speak your mind, you know what's going to happen to you? Someday you're going to pass a woman just like this, and you're going to miss her because she didn't get to see what you were about, because you were too scared that maybe you'd be rejected. And that's the thing. Don't be afraid of rejection. If you're afraid of rejection, you'll never find, the people who won't reject you. And those are the people that are the pot of gold, the treasure. So thank you to her. Thank you to all the truth seekers who help me out. There's a lot of you who send me valuable information, who post on my blog. She posts there under an alias. Maybe there's a young, handsome, single man out there who's truth-seeking in Las Vegas. Hopefully these two can cross paths somehow. All right, truth seeker, until next time.